tomorrow morning. Thank you, Mr. Lo. There's something that I must address. Some may see it as minor. To me, it is not minor at all. After lunch, we were 5 minutes late. I had said we'd resume at 2, and we resumed at 2:30. I was at fault, not my co-commissioners. How I got my wires crossed, I have no idea. Somehow, between the adjournment and the time we started, I thought I had said we start at 2:30. I want to apologize to those present here and to those viewing the proceedings remotely. I apologize most profusely for being 5 minutes late. If I do not tender this apology, I will not in future be able to chastise people who are late. I apologize most profusely. Commissioner Mkwanazi, let's start tomorrow at 9:30. Let us adjourn.
Thank you.
They say people who are in abusive relationships or in a relationship with the narcissist, they don't really notice it. They get gaslit all the time, and half the time they think they are the problem. You see, when Justice Madlanga issued an apology, it was so confusing. It was so confusing because it was like, what is he apologizing for? What could he have possibly done? And then he outlines what he's like. This man knows exactly what he's doing. He states the problem and he makes the future commitment, and he outlines why it is important for him to apologize, because he's a stickler for time, and he's given people a very hard time with regards to time. So he cannot be out here telling people you can't be late. And I know you know. Okay, ask Mr. Ngwatso. Ask him. He was 8 minutes late, and he heard and felt the wrath of the commissioners. It was a sight to see, and was like, but it's just 8 minutes. But from this, I have such increased admiration for Commissioner Madlanga. And it's a lesson in how to treat people. Treat people the way you expect them to treat you. Not do as I do. Not do as I say. Not do as I do. It makes me think of another judge. Those who follow the Senzo Meyiwa trial will understand why this apology, for me, it made me become very emotional. And it made me realize that we're continuously abused. We're continuously shocked from the other side of the screen, from where I am sitting and where I'm recording. What about the advocates who are in that court? What about the witnesses? And yesterday I did a video talking about just the body language, the gesture, the intimidation that was displayed to the current witness in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, Obongani Ntanzi. Some of you might be thinking, why is she talking like this? Because some people, not everybody watches the Senzo Meyiwa trial, okay? Focus. Wow. Commissioner Madlanga, I accept the apology, and I appreciate the fact that you demonstrated and led with leadership with that error you had, or little confusion you had with regards to time. And it is such an example. I will speak about it always, because wow. Absolute wow. In fact, the next time he chastises anyone for being late, no one is going to even think about the time he was late, because he set the record straight, he cleaned the slate, and he was actually apologetic. He didn't say the apology and then say, but then because, I'm the most senior judge here, anyway, who are you guys to judge me? He just didn't go on a banter. It was, I apologize. We cannot end the day without us talking about what I did. It was not my co-commissioners. It was me. Okay, he took it like a man. And this is what happened. I apologize. And he even apologized to the viewers. Normally us viewers are called names. Bundawa. We are just always just thrown to the wolves. Now I'm rambling. Now I'm sounding like Julius Dubius Folius Horschlius Mkwanazi in the next clip I'm going to play, because I was even confused. What is he talking about? in this long, winding rant that even the commissioners just sat there and said, "Yeah, we'll just let him go. Give him the mic. Don't switch the mics off. Let him go on and on." Let me know, how did you feel? Did you accept Justice Madlanga's apology? Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you know the judge that I'm talking about, do you think we will ever get an apology, like a real one, with no reference to race? And that he's been a judge for 50 years and that he knows better than everybody else and that everything is all about I. Anyway, let's listen to Julius Mkhwanazi and this rant that left me confused. Here goes.
Not the report. The report is by Storms.
No, we don't have.
So there was never a
There was
request
never, yes, no,
in
there was
writing.
never, yes.
Okay, notwithstanding that, you've always understood that to be the
Yes.
requirement.
No, there was no.
Okay, then I think your final topic is the issue of kidnapping. Would you like to deal with that?
Chair, I would like to deny and say I don't plan to do any kidnapping. I'm a police officer, I can't do that, especially to my colleague, to my junior, you see, in the EMPT. Everything that they came or she came and testified about me kidnapping at night, it's not true. Why I'm saying that, there was a report that I got from EMPT as a director. Was a director at that time? No. She said now. You see, I don't remember when is that. But there's a report that I got now that she was involved in kidnapping. Well, now as a deputy chief of police. She said it's a recent thing. Now as a deputy chief of policing, she was kidnapped. I got a report from the director of specialized services. He got it from the deputy director of specialized services because Chief Subtipa is deployed at Oliver Regional Tambo Airport. When she was working there, that's when she came up with the story that she was kidnapped and what, I don't know what to say story. She was kidnapped. I got a report after a day or two, you see, that there's this report of kidnapping. She was kidnapped by someone, what people kidnapped her, they wanted to do, they fought with that, they fought with those people. You see, it means that they saw those people, she fought with them, she disarmed them, even though here she said it was a firearm, she was also between a firearm and a knife. You see, I had nothing to do that. Why I'm saying that, there's at no stage that Colonel Tipa or Chief Superintendent that came to me and say, the allegations of blue light against you, there's this, that against you. You see, she has never reported to me direct, she was reporting to other people. I never interacted, except when the social ward or else we are meeting somewhere, hello, Donna is joking, we say 1, 2, or 3 things. You see, all other things. As I'm saying that, she has been reporting all other seniors for serious allegations at EMPT. And we're able to trace and track that through evidence that has been submitted that all her allegations are not true. Other colleagues will write statements saying, no, we're there. The issue of sexual harassment against this senior male colleague is not true. It was because she doesn't want to comply. I had many reports, as I've mentioned in the statement, that where members have been complaining, and I was not directly dealing with her because she's having 2 commanders or 2 seniors before me. You see, that she report directly, and before I had other people complaining about bullying and all other things, want to charge people, physically charge people or beat juniors, calling them in social media, all with all these names. I won't mention the names, Chair. You see, but all those things, you see, how, and she even mentioned one of the mother of my child, that she was part, even came in the morning to go and check that is she still alive, of which is not true, Chairperson. You see, she came here and cried, but I'm saying those tears were not true tears, Chairperson, because she knows very well that I'm not capable of doing that. You see, I'm the person who believes in engagements, Chair. I don't even believe in parades. I believe in a meeting. That is why sometimes you find me differing with my senior. I say, no, let's sit down in a meeting and engage. If I'm defeated, I will take that and say, it's my position. That's how I grew up. They say, if you are defeated in the meeting, we take that idea of a person who won and make sure that it's yours, and make sure that I defend it. Well, my members will tell you that, but when you came before, you were saying this. And say, but I'm from the meeting. In the meeting, they gave me reasons, and I agree with them. Now it is my position, and this is what we're going to do, you see. I strongly deny these allegations. And there are cases that have been opened. In those cases, my name is not mentioned. I don't know why she came here and mentioned my name. Because in those cases, you can go, I even requested the commission, go and check those dockets that have been opened. There are not many dockets that have been opened against by seniors at EMPT. I decided not to do that after the commission said, no, I'm not going to grow, I'm not going to benefit anything out of this. In summary, I'm saying, you can check all the, I even submitted. Currently, she's attending other disciplinary hearing within the city of Ekurhuleni for all these allegations and everything.
Mine, I didn't even want to forward it, you see, Chairperson. But my character has been assassinated. My character has been badly dealt with, you see. You know, when my kids open social media, they see, hey, you are a kidnapper. I'm not against. I will tell you, Chairperson, I believe in non-racist, non-racial, prosperous South Africa. I was very clear in terms of promotion that, guys, we need to balance. This thing of policing being dominated by males, by us, must come to an end. Everything must balance when we're addressing these issues. Gender-based promotion, and I'm one of those who support programs of women. At EMPD, excuse me, at EMPD, they can tell you, Chair, I'm very vocal when it comes to those issues. You see, I can't wake up one day thinking a person hasn't even done anything to me, even those that have came to me. You see, when Commissioner Revo's Peace was sitting, we're sitting in a council with Commissioner Revo's Peace, with Commissioner Deputy Chief Babu Mzolo. When he came and said, hey, did you say this thing of blue light and what Mzola said, Commissioner Mzola said, no. Talk to him correctly, because he was talking to me about these things. He was not even fighting. There's no need for me to fight with Commissioner Revo's Peace. You see, that's why I even said in this commission that it's a process of the council. I'm not bitter, I'm not angry because of this. I have to account if I need to account for the decision. I even said I take ownership of talking to Vusi, talking to Mr. Mike van Veek, and bringing them to the seat if they were brought. I even said that when Commissioner Balo showed me some main red tapes on the decision that I took, I said, I took ownership of that. I take that responsibility. But thinking of kidnapping, of course, I strongly deny that. That's what I won't do in my life. Even if when I'm dead, I won't be a skeleton that comes and kidnaps us. Because it's not within me. It is not within me. I grew up in the student movement, understanding gender-based issues, understanding non-sexist policies. And the Constitution is very clear on that. You see, if I have to engage, if I want to complain, I must write a formal complaint to the council and say, I think she's dealing with me. But she hasn't even come to me, Chair. I don't even own the vehicle where she claims that she went, or they tested in Natis and got my name and find that I own that vehicle. They've got a proof to it. And I've said, let them submit. I don't even have that car. That let them, I have it, Chair.
Thank you.
By skeleton, I assume, I waited for you to finish. By skeleton, I assume you mean Spoko.
A spook. I won't even do it, Chair, even if I can become a spook. You see, because it's not within me. As I'm at this age, Chair, my kids will tell you, our father is not even in a single day lay a hand on us.
All right.
I don't believe in noise. I believe in sitting down. Hey, this is wrong. You are going to face many things if you do like this and that. I'm a man who doesn't believe in violence. I believe in engage. That's how I grew up. So let's engage.
Thank you.
Thank you,
yes,
Chair.
so-
Before we leave this topic, then just if the commissioners could note, and please confirm for me, at the bottom of page 6 of your statement, after the words in parentheses sexual harassment, do you see where I am? You then note annexure pages 204E to 204S.
Sorry, it's the last page.
No, page 6 of your statement.
Yes.
Last sentence.
Yes.
You see where it reads sexual harassment, yes. Then you say it's followed by the words annexure pages 24E to 204S. Do you see that?
Yes.
Please, I've just checked the file. You do confirm that is that's annexure JD 12, your original annexure that you had provided with your statement. She'll locate JD 12. I just want to confirm that those pages refer to that particular annexure. E to 204E to S. It's those documents and following that you say.
Officers, I only know one officer because he stays in the Southern Regional State. Other officers, I don't even know them because it's big, EMPT is big. I won't know each and every officer. I want to state it in record. I feel that's what I even covered, you see, unless the commissioner will say another supplementary, but I will fight with Madam Silla and say, no, because I feel that it is there in me, that it's dealing with me. You see that everything that is wrong at TMPT is Julius Mkonas. As if I'm the only person who has been commanding from chief, once the chief is there and what. Yes, I know that you must take responsibility when we are in charge. But if I don't have information, I can't claim. You see, I don't have information. And when they were arrested, not arrested, all the details and case numbers. Now with that, he has been attending, they've been talking on daily basis, you see. Or it's just because I'm not boot, because he said he's talking to the chief as boot. He doesn't address me boot, you see. That's why he's throwing everything to me. And he knows that he complains to me as a senior. And I will say, talk to Erasmus, he's leading integrity and standard. Talk to that director. He will refer to the unit commander. He will refer you to this person as the line of code, because I know that in other units you don't have that, you see. But in those that we are having, fortunately in that unit, there's a clear line of command. We have promoted people, you see. I don't even have any information about.
Can I, just to understand what you're addressing now, DEU is what, Drug Enforcement?
Drug Enforcement Unit, yes.
Does it fall under Operations and Specialized Services?
Yes, yes. Special,
Where
yes.
you were director before you became deputy chief?
No. When it was formed, I know that I was suspended. But when it was before, it used to fall under me, but there was a unit commander.
No,
The same.
hold on a bit about the unit commander.
Yes.
I'm more interested in the overall accounting person for that DEU. I'm just trying to understand that.
Yes, Commissioner.
Where did it fall?
Operations and Specialized Services.
And where were you at the time that it was formed and it fell under the Operations and Specialized Services? What was your position?
I'm not sure when is the complaint. That I was but I think I was the Deputy Chief of Police.
Already?
Yes.
When the complaint was lodged?
Yes, when the complaint was lodged, I was the Deputy Chief of Police.
But before you were, while you were still director, this DEU ultimately reported to you?
No. It is the unit that was formed later than other unit. They reported to the person who's promoted a director now. They were reporting to him, not to me.
So they've never reported to you?
No.
As a director?
Yes, no.
Of operations?
Yes, they were formed now. It's the last unit to be formed. I think 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is the last unit to be formed.
When did you become
2020.
When did you become deputy chief?
2023. No, 2023 I became.
December?
Yes, 2023 December, yes, you're correct, yes.
And you say this unit was formed after?
Yes, I think it was formed after. I haven't have any authority instructing them, and you see. But I know them when they are serving successes, because all the people, all the Metro Police officers that are wearing uniform, they are reporting to Deputy Chief Operations and Specialized. It's your precinct, it's your region.
Which is you?
Yes.
Okay, so in the end, they do report to you as deputy chief?
Yes, that's why I don't even deny it. When Deputy Director Makakula called me, then I referred him to the relevant people who will assist in terms of deployment and information and everything. Okay. And they've been communicating, exchanging documents. I don't know now when there are lights and cameras, it's changing everything.
I just wanted to confirm
Yes.
what it is you were speaking to and who this unit referred to. You've answered me, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. So you have put the matter of the DEU on record. Would you say that concludes your supplementary statement to the Commission?
Yes, unless if there's the latest information that I got yesterday, I got on Sunday. You see, I'm not sure that, because it doesn't say I must submit anything in writing.
No.
It say this is a new evidence. You will guide me. You will guide me.
No, those are, he's referencing the exhibits submitted by us, no. Sorry, a supplementary statement is not necessary for that purpose. I just wanted to know this statement that you submitted, that we have just dealt with, you have added the issue of DEU. Have we covered everything that you wanted to place before the Commission through this supplementary statement? Remember, you still have your main statement. Just wanted to understand that you're comfortable that we have covered everything that is in the supplementary statement.
I think so. And
Sure.
I'm covered when you say I'm still living that statement.
Yes,
I'm covered.
yes. That being the case, then that would conclude Mr. Mkwanaze's testimony so far as his supplementary statement is concerned. We did indicate that we think we have found a solution to avoid any confusion that might arise from accepting the amended statement with its annexures and reading it together with the first statement. The effect is that we will have three, but we will have cross-referenced within the amended statement to avoid the confusion of which annexure is referenced at which